Hello, I'm Wayne and welcome to Goals by the Numbers. This is the place where numbers and football meet. If you're passionate about stats and want to dive deep into football analysis, you are in the right place. Today we're going to explore an interesting player comparison, look at three matches from the last weekend, and some stats that start to paint a bit of a picture. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. On to our first match, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Arsenal made their fans happy with an impressive 5-1 win over Manchester City. Arsenal's shot on target percentage was a massive 58%, which was up by 25% from their last match. Quite a turnaround. Despite having an XG of just 1, they managed to score 5 goals in this match. Makes you wonder if they could be described as a little bit lucky? Arsenal's ability to convert opportunities and maintain possession was key in their dominance over City, and Partey's defensive and creative presence was crucial. Let's focus on Thomas Partey. He had a standout performance. 62 touches on the ball, 5 tackles and 2 interceptions, showing his defensive prowess. He also made 4 shot creating actions and his pass completion was 86%. It's true, there really isn't a Partey like a Thomas Partey. Arsenal spent the last few years competing with Manchester City in the league, and this result almost feels as if they've crossed a significant hurdle, a significant barrier with them. Let's see how the next few matches go. Now into our second match, which is Wolves versus Aston Villa. Wolves moved out of the relegation zone following their 2-0 win, but let's dive into some of the stats that stand out. Aston Villa's shot on target percentage was 30%, which is a slight improvement from their previous match, but that still couldn't prevent them from losing. Now, a player that stood out was Youri Tielemans. He had a bit of an interesting game. So, 101 touches of the ball, with 74 of those being in the middle third of the pitch. This also includes 11 passes into the final third. Tielemans attempted 2 through balls successfully. His pass completion was solid at 85%, while his passes covered a total of 1,277 yards, with 433 of those being progressive passes. That was the third highest in the team, right behind the 2 starting centre-backs. Tielemans also had the most shots for Villa, 3, but only 1 was on target. Marlon had the other 2 shots on target. What's also interesting is that no Villa player passed the ball more than 40 yards, which makes sense when you look at how high their possession was. Their aim must have been to retain possession to control the match. So a player comparison, Rashford versus Salah. Let's kick things off by comparing 2 of the Premier League's top attacking players, Marcus Rashford and Mohamed Salah. Some of the stats make for interesting reading. Goals, Rashford has 4, Salah has 21. Shots on target, Rashford has 9, while Salah has 46. Shooting accuracy, Rashford at 82% is more accurate than Salah, who comes in a bit lower at 62%. Shooting success rate, Rashford's success is 25%, while Salah is at 23%. Pass completion, Rashford's pass completion is 77%, and Salah's is at 74%. Rashford's season has so far, you could describe it as underwhelming, but the numbers point to a player whose stats, if extrapolated, will be looking at 20 goals, just 1 less than Mohamed Salah. Now don't forget that Marcus Rashford had just moved to Aston Villa at the end of the January transfer window, which might provide him with the chances he needs to fully utilise his shooting accuracy. These numbers definitely tell a story. Rashford, though lower in total goals, is more accurate with his shooting, while Salah continues to be a volume shooter with a solid output, and as we all know, if you don't shoot, you don't score. Now on to our final match, Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. So if we look at Manchester United's disappointing 2-0 loss to Crystal Palace, United's shot on target percentage has been alarmingly low for the last few matches, and in this match, it was 12%. Over the last 3 matches, they've only had 4 shots on target in total. So taking a step back, if Rashford had taken all of those shots, he might have scored just 1 goal. Let's also dive into Bruno Fernandes' performances. He had 110 touches, playing a crucial role in many phases of United's play. He contributed with 1 tackle and 1 interception, but his real impact came on the creative side, with 7 shot creating actions. He also attempted 100 passes, completing 72 of them, the most completed in the team, 16 progressive passes, which is twice as many as his next teammate, Delo. Despite Bruno's efforts, United's inability to convert chances is a serious concern. Goals, after all, do win games. So with all these stats in mind, 2 particular perspectives comes to mind. The Bruno Fernandes perspective. Bruno's trying to make things happen. He's involved in nearly everything United does offensively. And with Rashford now at Aston Villa, the numbers point to a lack of reliable players to link up with and score goals. Amad Diallo looks like the only candidate to contribute, but with a shooting accuracy of 59% and a shooting success rate percentage of 15%, he hasn't shown the same effectiveness as Rashford. But if Amad Diallo were to get injured, things could start to look very bleak very, very quickly. So the Aston Villa perspective. With Rashford now at Villa, the pressure is on for him to perform. In Aston Villa's last match, they kept hold of the ball and made many short passes, so their focus is on a very structured attack. If Rashford could integrate quickly, he could provide the extra goals every team wants. But will his style of play match with Aston Villa's? Okay, so that wraps up today's analysis. I hope you found the stats insightful and helpful. It's always interesting to see how the numbers tell a different story than what we see on the pitch. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and of course, subscribe for more. I'm Wayne, and this has been Goals by the Numbers. See you in the next one.